Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a couple of couch potatoes in love. They love reacting to some Castlevania Nocturne.
Yes, we do.
This is Season 1, Episode 2 that we're checking out today. And you can get full watch-along reactions and early ad-free access over on Patreon. Links in the description of this video. Or go to patreon.com/definitely-not-definitive. Are you ready to do this?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's do it.
This so-called revolution. It's not a struggle for the rights of man. It's an abomination, an affront to the natural order, to common decency. Above all, to God and his church. My own holy order, the Knights of St. John, founded to protect pilgrims in the wars for the Holy Land, has been commanded to submit.
Going with an axe on it? Pretty cool.
We would rather die. But whatever atrocities they commit in the names of their sacrilegious future, the days of this abomination will soon be over. A deliverer is
cool ass.
a new Joan of Arc, a mighty warrior queen to lead us to salvation. She will raise a holy army of the righteous to crush the blasphemers.
The Messiah is a woman.
Well, you got kind of close. You talked about the sisters. I was a guy, so I was sexist. I thought I had to be a man.
Society's conditioned us to think that way. Those are some shoes.
Yes, they are.
This is Paris, is it?
You're supposed to help her jump higher.
So don't.
State your business.
I'm a representative too of the Messiah.
Religious orders need to register with the National Convention.
Not that Messiah. The real one.
Oh. Nice.
She's fascinating.
Yes, she is. She's very fun.
I don't know if I should bury it. Come on, I need help with breakfast.
It's a phoenix. Isn't it supposed to rise again?
I guess if
Burn it.
If it would die of natural causes, yes, but if it...
I've heard about the revolution in Saint-Domingue, of course. So I know the slaves rose up, burned all the sugar plantations, and killed all the bastard slave owners.
Not quite all. One escaped. Many white colonists were vampires. The island was teeming with all kinds of evil. We're still fighting.
I'll call a meeting. It'll be so inspiring.
She loves calling me.
Representative.
You were slaves then, were you?
Annette was. I was an opera singer. Oh my God, this bread. We've been living off ship rations for weeks. If I never eat another strip of dried meat for as long as I live.
Yeah, and fuck knows what kind of meat it even is.
You've spent time on a ship?
I sailed here from Boston when I was a boy.
I didn't think it was humanly possible to vomit so often.
No.
Annette.
Everything's an opera. Even puking over the side of a ship.
Tell me what you know about this vampire messiah.
In Saint-Domingue, there's a Mambo, my teacher. She's a powerful sorcerer and seer. She said, something is changing out here in the old world. For centuries, vampires have lived coiled around the old. This Messiah promises to make them unquestioned masters of the world. They'll leave the kings and princes in place, but with vampires pulling the strings.
Oh, what a surprise. The evil Messiah is on the side of the old regime.
The priestess told me you could do magic.
I could when I was a kid.
What happened?
I don't know.
Never mind. We'll make do.
You're trauma
The
blocked.
Messiah was a monster before she was a vampire. Even as a human, she tortured and murdered young girls and boys.
What's her name? Do you know her name?
Elizabeth Battery. Countess Elizabeth Battery.
Mom, what's wrong? Mom?
It's her sister.
There are no heels to those shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
How does that work?
It's all about calves. She's making her calves are super strong.
Oh, yes. She'll do nicely. The Messiah will be pleased.
Poor thing.
I never really told you why I fled from Russia. You said you had no choice. That's true. But I never really told you who I had to leave behind. I thought, I hoped, that it was locked away in the past and far away in the east, and you were safe from it. But of course you're not safe. I was born 4,000 miles to the east, in Russia, by the banks of a great river. People were poor, so my family, a clan of speakers, settled there for a while to help ease their suffering. But of course our freedom couldn't be tolerated, so the soldiers came. And not only soldiers, there were vampires too. None worse than Elizabeth Battery. and her attack dog dropped its winters.
She seems a bit underdressed for the weather.
You fled.
Not yet. They captured my sister. I didn't know you had a sister. I tried to save her. Elizabeth Battery doesn't simply kill her victims.
Turns him.
She tortures them for as long as she can keep them alive.
Oh.
Rejoices in the
girl.
most terrible.
Yep.
I fled, leaving her and everyone I knew had left. West, further west, to places I didn't even know existed. Until I finally found refuge here. I should have told you before.
Why? That's trauma there, too.
Mm-hmm.
And something you don't want to relive if you don't have to.
There are things that I don't talk about either.
She will bring horror beyond nightmares, suffering and pain beyond endurance. She won't want simply to crush the revolution. She will want to drain it slowly of blood before she grinds its bones to dust.
Fun.
Don't you worry. We're going to fucking kill her.
Now he sounds like Trevor.
Mm-hmm. Oh, such a tough life.
For a little puppy, it's the toughest.
Do you feel close to these creatures?
Yeah.
They come when I call. They do what I command. Well, ask. I don't really command them. Feels like for a little while they're part of me.
So part of you has died, like part of you died with your sister.
You're a cheerful one, dude.
I'll sing for them both.
Not the voice I thought would come out of you.
Me either.
This Marquis, you believe vampires are gathering at his chateau?
Yes.
It's where vampires would go. We should investigate and burn it to the ground if we have to.
It's getting late.
Sound like the abbot.
You should wait.
We needed to rest.
We'll stay out of sight.
Dig
Just
her.
get a sense of numbers.
Then I'll come with you.
You need to rest, and we need to stay hidden. Frankly, 4 is already too many. I promise. We'll be careful. We'll be safe.
Thousands of years ago, before any church or anything, the people who built stone circles communed with what they called the otherworld.
Sounds like the spirit world, where Annette's ancestors live. Generation upon generation of ancestors. Back to Ogun and Orisha.
She's descended from a god. That's on my father's side.
On her mother's, it's Mila. and divination.
He's just too handsome for his own good.
It gives her...
We're all descended from gods. We just have to learn how to draw on their power.
Well, I'm quite happy with my whip and my knives, thank you. Generation upon generation of my ancestors have killed vampires with just this whip. Actually, quite a lot of them could do magic, including my mother, but it's never been essential.
Where's your mother?
She died.
Story for another day.
Some vampires do magic too.
Uwe Barriera.
Nice trick.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Versailles emptied and its dregs washed up here.
That's him. That's the Marquis.
Poor devils.
He's giving them the corpses.
Why?
To make more, the Marquis has some kind of deal with the Forge Master. Follow those night creatures, we find their maker.
It's Jacques. I saw him only yesterday.
Oh my god.
It's the vampire who enslaved her and murdered her mother, the Comte de Vaublanc. He looks like he's found God.
Not right now.
Open.
Annette, not now.
He senses you. Son of a bitch. Slowly back away. Oh, nice. Don't get blinded with vengeance. Now is not the time. Oh, spiky turtle. Tigers?
Some sort of large cat.
Where's the... Okay, yeah, there he is. Oh, shit. Richter. Oh. Number 3. Yeah.
Is the abbot the Forge Master?
I can see that. Something about him I didn't like. There is no Forge Master, it's just a machine? Using Hex Tech? I mean, I guess he is the Forge Master. Looks like a pretty cool demon. Or net creature.
Well, glory be to God.
I really hope that this vampire that like killed Victor's mom and everything does this bit every time after every episode where like right before the episode ends, he comes in and he just like randomly and says something. But says like 1 or 2 lines and then that's it. And like we don't see him until the very last episode of this entire series when the final battle comes. Until then, he's just dropping in at the end to say his little piece.
Say a one-liner.
Yeah.
He only got paid to be under 5. He comes in, he has his one line, he gets off.
I would love that if that's a recurring theme.
I'm curious about that vampire, as little screen time as he has had.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he made a first impression that was amazing.
He made an amazing first impression. And then, you know, I'm here to see your Messiah, or you can tell your Messiah I'm here, whatever that was. And now this of like, well, isn't this interesting?
Yeah. Praise be to God.
Yeah. I don't know. He continues to somehow not be what I would expect. And yet I don't really know what he is either. Like, kind of like how I said last episode in terms of with Richter, I don't have a firm understanding of what this vampire is either. Like, they gave us a reason to not find him to be complete scum in the first episode when he said, your mother took someone from me, so I know how you feel. I'm not going to kill you today. I will kill you. Like, he knows that this guy's going to come for him at some point because that's this cycle of violence that just keeps happening.
But it was nice that like he gave him that sort of, I don't know if it was a gift or whatever, but it's just like, I'm going to forward you the same thing that I got, which is like a chance to avenge your loved one's death. It's like, I don't think it's going to happen because I'm going to kill you, but.
Yeah, but I mean, so I think like that's part of it is like, that made him in a way more empathetic, even while being the villain of that episode. And now he's not fully in with sort of like our villain vampires. He is somehow set apart a little bit. And so that makes me very curious as to like, all right, who are you and what do you stand for? Like, obviously avenging loved ones. Cool. Can get on board with that. But like, what else? What's your perspective on life? What's your philosophy?
The abbot, I knew something was like wrong with him. I did not trust him, and like everything he was saying about, oh, you know, don't go on this path of you know, vengeance and hate and like, you know, violence begets violence and everything. I was like okay, I agree with all that. I get what you're saying, but I question your motives. And what's crazy is that like, so he ends up being our Forge Master or whatever, like just with a different way of doing things. But that's still not like the worst man of the cloth or whatever in the whole Castlevania franchise, because there was still that one like priest or whatever. It was a priest, or is he just the constable or whatever of that town that like had the pit of like death where you just like sent children to go, like collecting shoes and stuff.
Yeah, that was dark as hell.
Yeah, so still not as secret as dark as that. But I didn't trust him. I did not see the brother dying this soon. I did not see us losing a member that quick.
Yeah, that was very, very fast. And just horrific for her to look back and see him and like him be reaching while cover. Oh, much like how Richter has his flashbacks of his mom, you know she's going to have flashbacks of that image for the rest of her life, which is just terrible. Yeah. Going on the theme of like religious people suck in the world of Castlevania, because that does seem to come up a lot.
Yeah, no, it does.
I did find it really interesting, you know, whatever your perspective on religion or a religion might be, whether you are religious or not, there is the argument that is religion was made to control the masses.
Yeah.
And so like from that first episode where they talk about how it's God's will, the natural order of things, that some are poor and worked to death while others are rich and bored at the Palace of Versailles, drinking wine and having a grand old time. Like, what a brilliant way to control people if to go against those who oppress you is also to go against God. I mean, that's a pretty powerful tool to try and limit revolution and uprising. So for people to then actually still rise up, you know, you got to be doing some pretty terrible stuff to them, that they're kind of at the point of, well, forgive me, but screw God, I'm going to rise up anyway because this is intolerable. Like, this might as well be hell.
There's also the abbot that killed Dracula's wife. That was also a twat that we really enjoyed when he got his comeuppance too. So, I mean...
Would we, like, twat sounds like a nice name for him. Like, I feel like on the scale of things we could call him, twat feels very, very nice.
All right. Piece of shit.
Better.
There we go.
Better.
Yeah, that's what,
yeah.
I wish what it was. Really liking that. I think she is a powerful character, a fun character. We learned that, you know, she was whatever, guess like enslaved by this one vampire and her family got killed. So she's got a revenge story coming. Seems like, you know, they all got revenge stories that they need to happen. Every single one of these people except for Maria at this point. Well, I mean, she revenge for her phoenix, for her dead bird. So that's kind of...
That's a really valid reason.
I know. I'm just saying that, like, you know, like it's what the night creature that killed her dead bird. Maybe she wants to just kill the abbot though. She gets to kill the abbot because the abbot created the night creatures would kill their dead bird. So that's that.
Yeah.
Tara's the person that was like terrorizing Tara or whatever in the past. Is that the vampire that we saw that was walking like on her front heel? Okay, so is that the Messiah? I thought she said she's like, oh yes, the Messiah will really like you when she like drank from that one servant. So I didn't think she was. At first I thought she was the Messiah, then I didn't think she was the Messiah, and she was just like...
Or maybe she's like one of those weird people that talks about herself in the third person.
Okay, maybe that's probably it. That's probably it then. Yeah, I think you're right though. I think you are right. That's what she talks about herself in the third.
There's like her the person and then her the job, and so like, you know.
Yeah.
The Messiah's the job.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's like The Rock or something like that. The Rock used to talk about himself in the...
There you go.
There was Dwayne Johnson, then there was The Rock. You can smell what The Rock is cooking. Anyways. So I was just confused there for a second, but I think that makes sense. All right, so let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments. And if you want full watch-along reactions and early ad-free access, check out Patreon. Links in the description of this video. Thanks for watching Castlevania with us, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.